What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast. Presented by our damn selves. 175. We getting to the end right now. Yeah. Okay. Got to shout out Jazz Creator, J Sculpt, first fitness belt that covers your entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Get you a J Sculpt, ladies, because you want to get your body right for 2021, because 2020 is essentially over. So we're moving forward right now towards 2021.
And the holiday season's coming. You know you're going to get in trouble eating holiday food. So it's going to, you know.
A lot of stuff's coming up. Let's start with Halloween. You know, eat all that Halloween candy. So there's some extra pounds right there. Then Thanksgiving, you really gain during Thanksgiving. And Christmas cookies and cakes and all of that. So, and then come New Year's, you drinking all that liquor and all of that. So there's a lot coming up these next few months where you're going to put on some pounds. So definitely get your bodies right. All of that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But we got video now. Like, I surprisingly uploaded the video last week. Didn't tell. I just wanted to do a test run because, like, we've been had these videos like probably since about May.
Right.
Just haven't used them. Yeah, but I said I'm gonna go ahead because we've been talking about video coming soon, like lying all this time. It's like video coming soon, but I said let's just put one and see how it goes. But yeah.
Yes.
Got video. So those that saw last week's episode, you can view these episodes from now on YouTube. Like if you don't get it through your normal podcasting channels, like you can watch us actually on YouTube for those that hear our voice right now. Check out our pictures and check out this handsome face of mine.
Oh, Lord. Don't make that face. And check me out. Okay, I'll stop being silly.
Okay. Well, let's the big news of the week. Let's just get right into it. President Trump and his wife Melania, the first lady, COVID-19. COVID.
Can we go back just really quick? It's still involving him, but the debate, because that's where it all started.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the whole week, but like the big news right now is the COVID. We're going to cover like how we got it, but I think we need to start with the COVID.
Okay, we can do that.
Story out there.
So initially when I saw it, I was like, let me verify. I'm like, because is this The Onion or is this like not a real reputable website?
Because, again, circling back to the debate, that was a big thing in the debate. We talked about Joe Biden's big ass mask and shit. So for him to have COVID just a few days later is like, makes you think, But then I saw it from the Associated Press, and that's when I was like, okay, legit. That's where.
Like once I saw you post it, then I knew it was true because like you know, like you always do your research before you just post an article. Like you're not like I want to be the first one to post. That's not you. Like you always.
I'm all about fact checking. Like that's like last week's episode, we had a lot of facts. We're gonna fact check all of this stuff too this week. We're gonna do heavy on the facts is what I like going on.
Right. As do I. I just like, just show me the numbers, show me the facts, show me the stats, just show me all of that. I don't care about nothing else. Just show
minimize the bullshit, stick to the facts. And that's how I got of trouble. People can't get mad at you for posting facts. It's like, if they do, then they're just an asshole. But like, you can't get mad at me because I posted facts.
There's that. But, seeing that, I was like, wait, so him and his wife actually got COVID-19 and then like when they showed like pictures of him like after he got after the diagnosis came out, like he actually tweeted about it and
he went live and he does look he's aged or whatever since that debate. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he's 74 years old, like something that people forget, like when they talk about that Joe Biden is so old, and I'm like, they could have went to high school together. Biden would have been a senior, Trump would have been a freshman. They could have been in school.
That's the thing.
I'm like, they would have been in school at the same time.
Moments. That's why people say that, because Joe seems old. Well, Trump is old, but Joe seems old. If that makes any sense, they be having senior moments and shit.
I'm like, honestly, they're both septuagenarians, and you know, it's like they're both very old. But you know, like after seeing that, like the pictures, then it was like a thing where they showed him from behind, and it looked like it was like a line going inside of his mask or something. It looked like they was like, is that an oxygen line going to him? Because they were saying that is Trump trying to minimize, his symptoms, because now after, months and months of you downplaying this virus, calling it a hoax, because he called it a hoax for like a month. It was a hoax by the Democrats. Then it's like, it's a China virus. It's only in China. Then it was like a lot of like you always say noise. It was a lot of noise around coronavirus.
Yeah. And I admit, I didn't jump right on it at the time either. To me, when it really became real was when the NBA shut down. So March 11th, I'll say, okay, this shit is real. Before that, I knew it was there, but I didn't take it that serious in the beginning. But like March 11th, to me, is like, okay, shit is real now.
And then when Ariana's school was like, we're going to shut down
that was right after
St. Patrick's Day. We're going to shut down on St. Patrick's Day. And, we're going to close the school for 2 weeks, and then we're just going to do a deep clean, and then it's going to open back up in 2 weeks, and then it's never open back up. That was what they told us. It's going to open back in 2 weeks.
Set foot in the school since that.
Right. Since March, that Friday was the last time she went to school.
Mm-hmm.
And she hasn't been back to school since. Not in person, just virtually she's been doing it. But when they was like, all this time he had been minimizing this or whatever. So then for it to happen, it's like, it just seemed kind of like, especially because I watched part of the debate because I just didn't want to watch it because I was like, I already knew what it was going to be. I was like, it's going to be yelling. It's going to be a lot of extraness. And I was like, I just was like, I don't want to hear all that.
Unfortunately, I couldn't take it, but unfortunately I rewatched the whole thing just for the podcast purposes. So I did watch it back, and that's 90 minutes of my life I wish I could get back.
It was just yelling and just unnecessary stuff, right?
It really didn't get anything accomplished. It was like a lot of interruptions, and it was a mess. It was a big ass mess. That's what I call it.
The realest post I saw on social media, somebody wrote, they was like, you better not ever expect me to code switch again after we saw these two old ass white men acting ghetto on national TV. I was like, realest post ever, because it's black people. They want us to code switch, realest post ever. I was like, yes. Because like my timeline was going crazy. They was like, ooh, child, the ghetto. That's just all I kept on seeing. So then when I saw the ghetto, I was like, let me turn on and see what the ghetto is. And then of the I watched maybe about 20 minutes. I came at the last 20 minutes of it. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, it's just a bunch of yelling and like, what are the topics? What are the issues?
That wasn't a versus battle. That was a worstest battle.
Worst debate ever.
Call that the worstest battle.
Worstest.
I'm gonna figure out how to spell that. I might name this podcast "Worstest Battle." It's about versus ZUS. Oh, I might name it that. I don't know. That would be the name of this podcast.
Because it was just awful. Like, and then from what you can delve in more about it, because I didn't watch. I just saw reactions from people. I saw didn't he bring up his sons? What does his sons have to do with this?
He did go after Joe Biden's son being on coke. That came up.
Let's call the spade. Your kids don't do cocaine.
But there's hasn't been
caught.
That's the thing. Is it rumor?
They haven't been caught, but I'm sure that.
Or is it verified? You can say rumors about anything, but that's
right.
The part of you.
Because we know a lot of these people, a lot of these elites.
Everybody can speculate shit.
Yeah, a lot of these socialites, they find stuff to busy their money.
Point now, like I said, I stick to facts. Speculation, anybody can do that.
Right.
Facts is what I like. So that's.
But I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? You're bringing up your kid, and then they was like.
I want to get the most interesting part. The most interesting part to me was the whole thing with the Proud Boys and white supremacy. I had to watch it. I had to watch the whole thing just to see because did Trump really tell the Proud? Did he really shout them out and shit? I wanted to see that because I like fact checking. That's all you saw. That Trump kind of gives a wink, nod to white
supremacy. That's just all I kept on seeing. So what was your take on that? Because I didn't see it live, or I didn't watch the replay of it. I didn't. So
it's to me, from what I saw, I could see how it looked like he's kind of shouted them out, but it was like I said, it was so much noise in that debate that it was some misdirection and everything because they were talking about I think how they even got on the subject was about like the rioting and all of that kind of stuff. You know, all of the shit going on right now in the world.
Right.
And then so Chris Wallace, when he like, Chris Wallace was the he asked him, like, will you tell the white supremacy, like, do you condemn white supremacy?
Well, he denounced it basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trump did, in his defense, he did say sure right away. Like that's why he said, sure, I'll denounce it. And then while he was talking to him, he said, well, will you tell the Proud Boys, was the name, was one of the groups they mentioned. Will you tell them to stand down? I think is like what Chris Wallace said. I'm trying to think. I should have wrote it down, but I'm trying to get the exact
wording. Yeah,
he said it. Now when Biden like came and is like, go ahead and do it. Then like like so it was like noise coming from here and from there. He said, go ahead and do it. Yes, denounce him. Then whatever. And so with all of that going on, so like the way Trump said, instead of saying stand down, he said stand back and stand by or some shit like that. Yeah.
It was like he said stand back and stand by.
Like he was telling him to like be on standby and said like. It could have just been like confusing because of what him listening to Biden and dude at the same time is like. So,
and then some idiot actually.
How you interpret it, like if you interpret it, was he really telling them to like be on standby, or was he just saying stand down, like I denounce white?
But then some idiot actually did go on social media. Actually said that like he actually made it. They say that if Joe Biden wins, he's going to go and and actually put up a thing about like what he's going to do if Trump loses and. This and that. And it's like, in the climate that we live in today, you can't make threats like that. The FBI is going to be on your ass. So now your stupid ass is going to be investigated. Your dumb ass is going to hear this on your door. That's what you're going to hear. You're behind a keyboard.
I went and looked up the Proud Boys because I never even heard of that organization until this week. So like,
I didn't know who they were.
Trend in the news. I'm like, I don't even know who. I still really don't know who they are and shit.
I don't either. I don't know who they are.
It's like they're a right wing, like a white right wing type of organization, but it's blacks that are part of it too. So I don't know are they really white supremacists. It's like they do it. It's black people that are part of the Proud.
Did they say it's like a Latino one, like a Cuban? Like
the leader, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Cuban one. It's like the leader.
Something the head of it is like a Cuban who looks black, who looks like a black like Latino.
Right.
Very brown. He looks like us. Like
who looks like us? Who's brown like us? Yeah, you brown like us.
Walking down the street, he looked like a black dude, but
you look like us, like you're brown. So it's
like definitely right wing, definitely assholes, definitely chauvinists from what I see. But like as white supremacists, that's like the debate there. I don't know if they're a white supremacy group. They're definitely assholes, though. I give you that. They're definitely right wing. Like they definitely lean heavily right. Like so they're right wing assholes, and they seem like chauvinists as well too. Like that's what I got out of the group from like my research. I was like, as far as being white supremacists, I'm not. I won't say they're the new Klan, but they definitely are like. They some fucked up people. Like you, you hang out with the Proud Boys, I'm definitely gonna question you. I won't necessarily call you white supremacist, but like hang with them motherfuckers. I definitely would.
Right, like I don't want to fuck with you no more if you do that. You keep that shit over there.
White supremacists, that's up to the debate, but they definitely not good people.
They're not fine people like the people in Charlottesville, like Trump said, the fine people.
And then Trump did tell Biden to disavow Antifa, which he didn't. Like for the record, everybody some of the Proud Boys, nobody even paid attention to that. He said, "Why don't you condemn Antifa?" Biden never did. Yeah. So
and these are our choices. Once again, I reiterate, and these are our choices.
Yep.
As Americans, these are our choices.
It's definitely a clown show, man. This president. I can't wait till after November 3rd. We really don't even know what's going to happen. After because with all of the mail-in voting is like it's gonna take forever to like tally all that.
Yeah,
you know how slow the mail is. The mail.
Yeah. I got a letter that was dated on September 25th, like on Saturday, and I'm like, the mail it's going right from the suburbs to Chicago. Like, how hard is it to go from the suburbs to Chicago?
Oh, and early voting is open for like parts of Chicago right now.
It is. I looked it up today, and you just have to look. Yeah, you just have to look at what locations are open because obviously because of COVID, all locations that normally would be open are not because
they've come what they said consolidated a lot of locations.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I looked and I saw mine that I'm gonna go to because I'm early voting. I'm voting this week because I'm like I'm gonna go ahead. I have some downtime this week, so I'm just gonna go ahead, knock that out real quick, and on November 3rd I can be chilling.
And since Trump has COVID, we probably not gonna have any more debates.
Yeah.
The vice presidential debate is still on because
it's this week coming up.
Mike Pence did test negative. His wife, so like that's still on.
That's the funny meme that I saw.
They was no more presidential ones though.
They was like in the meme I saw. I was like, Mr. Pence, you've already tested negative 10 times. No, you can't get a doctor's note. You still have to battle Kamala Harris. It was like, no, we're not going to give you a note to excuse you. Because they're like, he don't want to battle her. He don't want to debate
I think it's going to actually be a pretty good debate because it's not going to be a clown show like that presidential one.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be, they really going to talk policy. That's what I think it's going to be.
As long as Kamala just stays in her, just stay with the facts. I don't want to see no Timbs on Kamala. I don't want to see no Converse. I don't want to see no hot sauce come out your bag.
Definitely don't wear J's.
Don't wear J's. No.
She comes
don't
on
even
nice J, some bread 11s. I'm gonna have a fit.
Bread 11.
I'm just saying.
Don't cornrow your hair because you've never worn cornrows before. Like just leave it alone. Like don't try to show it black. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do no, don't do that. Just be you. Be who you are. Just stick with the I'm sticking with the facts. I know my stuff. You were and you were a prosecutor, so you know how to argue. Well, not I'm gonna say you know how to like argue basically because like you do it in court, so you know how to get your point across and to hit your marks. Boom, boom, boom. You know how to do that. So just stick with that. Don't try to lean into nothing. Don't try to look cool.
More policy and less name calling in this one.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any name calling. Yeah. And that's not even Pence's. Like I don't even think Pence because, like you said, he seems kind of meek. So I mean,
he's like shout out one of our what's inspired the name of this podcast. Shout out one of our favorite parody movies, Not Another Teen movie. Pence is like the token black guy. Like he's out of the way, he says damn shit and that's whack. For years, like no scandals. He just stays the fuck out of the way and shit. He's like Disco Stu. He knows his role. He stays. He knows his role.
Yeah. I mean, there should be better. Like I said, I just don't want to see Kamala do anything that's like don't say on fleek. Don't do anything. Don't know. I don't want to hear no slang.
Dab, W lit.
Yeah, don't throw a dab. Don't do any of that. No.
That dab in unison, that was pretty dope.
Mama, as she calls her, Mamala, no. Mamala, no. Just no. Just keep on your straight and path and just do you. I mean, if she wants to shout out her pretty girls with 20 pearls. If you want to do that, shout out your sorority.
Drop a skew with you too.
Yeah, shout out your sorority. Shout it out. I said I know a ton of AKs. A ton of people I know are AKs. Just shout out your sorority. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But everything else, just move away from that. I say.
Like I said, the irony of the whole thing with Trump and the COVID is like that was one of the big things talking about. Yeah, this guy he walks out of the house with the biggest mask. Like we could be socially distant 200 feet. He have on a giant ass mask. Then the next day he had COVID.
You get it?
The very next day.
That's some karma for your ass. So if, like I said, because it looks like it is true. Because people were questioning, they're like, does Trump really have her? He's trying to get sympathy for him. He's trying to get sympathy votes.
Because he's like a dude that's been walking around with no mask, going to these rallies, rallies with hundreds of people and all of that. So he probably does have that shit. It's like because he's been going it ain't been no social distancing at the Trump.
At all.
Be like hundreds of people at these rallies.
Ask Herman Cain.
These rallies, yeah.
Herman Cain probably looking down side eyeing like this motherfucker. Herman Cain looking like. So I mean, he probably does have it, but it's just so this is like a cliche movie of after I talked about stuff if a guy is like, yeah, I've been sexually promiscuous and this and that, and then you get AIDS. It's like, you see what I mean? It's like that, you talk about
Ian straight out of Compton.
Right. You're like, yeah, I go out there raw, I don't care, and then ain't nothing gonna happen to me. And then you got AIDS.
Or a chain smoker getting lung cancer.
Yeah, lung cancer.
Shout out Morton Downey Jr. That's what killed him. And that's all that dude did was zip it. He
zip it,
square right here. No matter what, dude always had him one.
Square.
Of course, he died of lung cancer. That's all that dude talked about was smoking. He loved cigarettes, so of course you know what the fuck he died of.
Well, which McCall actually
became an anti-smoking advocate after he got the shit. It's
which McCall actually was a great person though. Because when George Burns talked this shit, he said, yeah, doctors told me to quit smoking, and now they're all dead. He outlived everyone.
He lived to be 100.
Yeah, he outlived everyone.
He always had his cigar hanging out.
Cigar, yeah.
His doctor told him to quit smoking because he was getting old. He was 60, 70.
60, 70, and he lived another 40 years.
Cigar 80, and lived another 20 years.
Yeah, 60.
He was 80, smoking his cigar.
They told him at 60 to stop.
Stop smoking them cigars. And then he outlived.
60, they told him, man, he lived another 40 years. So, hey, it worked in his case. It did. It worked for him.
Right up to the end. That dude.
But it's just. Did you watch Saturday Night Live? Did you see it?
I was looking at the cold open with Alec Baldwin and Jim Carrey as Trump and Biden. Yeah. I'm glad they brought Jim Carrey on to play Biden. I'm glad they brought Carrey.
I didn't see it live, but I went back and I watched it. I watched it.
I was just watching it before we recorded. I don't know if you saw me. I was looking at the cold.
Oh, you were okay. I watched it actually this morning too. I woke up early this morning. I was up, so then I watched it early this morning before we. I was because I wanted to talk about it. That cold open was they should permanently all play them. Alec Baldwin should permanently be Trump. Jim Carrey should permanently be Joe Biden, and Kamala, Ryan Rudolph should be
Kamala Harris. So that's a good look. Yeah.
They should just go around the tour. They should just go around touring just doing that because this is freaking hilarious.
I love SNL still. Even after 45 years, that's still been on. They still know how to hit it out of the park.
And that's the thing about it is that if you look at it,
they've always been political. People that are uncomfortable. That's what they do. Is we're here to make you uncomfortable.
We're make you If you look at it, they make fun of everybody. It's not we're leaning towards one way. We're making fun of Biden. We're making fun of Trump. We're making fun of Trump.
Mom had me and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I can't think of her name.
Kate McKinnon.
Huh?
Was that Kate McKinnon who did her?
Kate McKinnon, thank you. I couldn't think of her. She had a hell of a Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, they make fun of both sides.
Yeah. It's what they do, and it was hilarious.
Obama was point on. This is spot on. His Obama.
Oh, with the Obama?
Yeah, Pharaoh as Obama was hilarious. Yeah, they make fun of
the Obama voice.
And you had as Sarah Palin, you had my girl.
Oh, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
They some great impressions Jason Sudeikis is Mitt Romney. Come on.
Oh, I love Sudeikis. Sudeikis is off the chain. Sudeikis is hilarious. I love Sudeikis.
They've been making fun of like I said, the show been on since '75. So yeah, and since the beginning they're probably making fun of Carter and Ford.
Carter.
Man.
They probably had Nixon come in and just say, "I'm not a crook," and then just run out.
Right from the beginning, they were making fun of president. And all throughout the '80s was Reagan. They parodied the shit out of Reagan. And then Bill Clinton in the '90s, they did. It's they did not have sex with that woman.
They do Ross Perot. I gotta look back and see if they did Ross Perot.
I think Will Ferrell did Clinton. If I'm not, no, he did Bush. He did W. Will Ferrell was Bush.
Yeah. He did Bush. Yeah.
Will Ferrell,
W.
I can't think who did Clinton. I know Will Ferrell was George W. Bush. I remember that back in the
hilarious. When Jim Carrey came out, he did the gun thing.
Biden gun. I forgot what State of the Union that was when Biden was basically just stealing the show. When Barack was up there delivering the state, and Biden just air gunning the whole team.
He's like, whose grandfather is this?
He's just doing a bunch of dumb shit while Barack is giving the State of the Union.
Just socially awkward, just very, very awkward. And Jim Carrey, he still has it. Jim Carrey, he's if you want that silly, comedic, very physical. Jim Carrey he still has it. Jim Carrey,
yeah,
he still got it.
Watch some Old and Living Color or watch Liar Liar. You want to see some.
Let me show you something. He was Fire Marshal Bill and just his whole, Like he was like a body contortionist. Like his face would just, Jim Carrey was like crazy.
Milo, let's go, man.
I'm taking steroids.
The whole milk commercials for all, except for steroids for their parody, the milk commercials.
Now I gotta find some old living colors. Is it streaming anywhere? Come on, somebody give me a clue. I hope it's streaming somewhere because I gotta find some old living colors to watch now. Mm-hmm. But and then Maya Rudolph, like I love her. She's so funny. I love Maya Rudolph. She's I've loved her since Bridesmaid. She's hilarious.
Bridesmaid.
But I mean, like, in all seriousness, though, like, do go out and do express your voice. Go and vote. In all seriousness and everything. Like, don't let people tell you that your voice doesn't matter, your vote doesn't matter. Like, go out there and vote. Do it because.
And vote your interest.
And vote your. That was gonna be my next point. Vote your interest. Block out. Well, my mama voted Democrat or my mama voted Republican. I'm gonna vote this way because my mama and my grandmama did.
Yeah, as a Democrat, like no, vote your interest.
I'm a Republican because look how well I'm doing now. It's like vote your interest. Like what is important to you? What fits your family and your family's needs? Mm-hmm. What matters most to you?
Look at the issues and then pick like okay, what are my views on this issue? What are my views on that issue? And then vote accordingly. It's not brain surgery. Look at the issues
and then do it
accordingly. And what is this candidate? How does this candidate feel about this issue? Do they line up with what I think about it? And what about this candidate? Yeah, like just that's how you vote.
And then even when people do get elected, like if it's not your particular candidate who didn't, like if your particular candidate didn't win the election, okay, you have to accept it. All right, my candidate didn't win, but guess what? I want you to do this. And you said that you would go, okay, let me see what you said you was going to do. You said you was going to do all these issues when you got elected. Now it's on you. I'm holding your feet to the fire.
Whether your side won or not, like don't be bitter.
Exactly. And that's right. And that's the silly part. People act like, I'm just going to, okay, then leave. And people are like, I guess I'm moving to Canada. Bye. I guess I'm moving.
Blame Canada. Let's go.
Blame it. Well, like some people are, they're like, I guess I'm going to Ghana because they like, Ghana's accepted dual citizenship. Like a lot of people say, I'm going to go to Ghana then. It's like, okay.
People actually did that. Liars, man.
Like, all right.
People actually did that.
I mean, I just don't realistically just see him like uprooting my entire family because a candidate lost. Like when you actually put it like that, like I'm gonna uproot my entire life.
Ghana, you don't know shit about Ghana.
Move away from my family, my friends, my whole support system. Everybody like is here. My whole support system is here, especially for me in Chicago.
You don't know anything about. Like, yeah, I see if you like went over there and like live for like a year or something to like culture, but like, you're just gonna uproot because your side lost. That's wild. Right. That's pretty wild.
Like you know nothing about the culture that you're going into. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild as hell.
But as they say, go off though, go off. If that's you, go off. Like won't be me. I'm not just gonna uproot because my side lost or my side whatever. It's like that's goofy to me. It's very goofy.
But I think we've talked enough. Like we damn near the half.
Well, it was a lot. We had to get it out with him. That's probably be all we're gonna talk about with him. That's probably gonna be it with him.
You want to talk? Let's talk a little basketball. We got a little lighten things up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So far, NBA Finals. Lakers are up 2-0. Like Game 3 hasn't happened yet. As we're recording this, we'll know what happens. By the time this airs, you'll know what happens in Game 3.
Right.
But even bigger than the NBA Finals, some coaching changes.
Yes.
Doc Rivers out of the Clippers into the Sixers. So what do you think about the whole Doc Rivers situation? I knew he was going to get fired by Philadelphia. By Los Angeles. Not surprised at that at all.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I was like, look at his track record with the Clippers. I mean, you can only ignore it for so long. Like, Doc Rivers is a really good coach, but
Doc done had some good-ass teams, but, like, very little success.
But like you always say, after a while, people block out the because he's like a yelling coach. So like after a while, you just
Phil Jackson
tune it out. After a while.
Phil himself said like after about 7 years is like Like Greg Popovich is like the exception, but typically after 7 years, players tune a coach out. That's why you see like even like a good coach like will switch situations after like so many. Like Popovich is the exception. He's there like over 20 years, but like most of the time, he start tuning shit out after a while.
Because Popovich, for whatever reason, like he gets them, like they buy into the system. Like they buy into it. Like, okay. Like, yeah, like I'm gonna buy into this. Yeah, I believe in this. I believe.
If we had a deep dive on the Clippers yet, I don't remember. If we haven't, I want to have one now.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, let's
dive in.
Let's bury them right now.
Let that stuff start.
I did this before, like then this is just like me throwing more dirt on the grave. But like, let's bury them because like people they talked all that shit like last summer at this time, all that shit. Like just handing them the title, like yeah, like they don't have to earn it. It's like, but Clippers are definitely winning. It's like hey, there's no lot. I'm not gonna name names, but like people that I'm very close to, would dick roll the shit out of that team.
Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see.
And I said like we haven't seen them together. Like on paper, yeah, they look tight, but let's see how they look on the court. On paper and on court are two different things.
Exactly.
And all throughout the season. The team looked somewhat shaky. They weren't the dominant force that you were making them out to be. So even all throughout the season, and once again, I guess that load management bullshit didn't work. Remember, like Kawhi would just take days off.
Load management.
Yeah, it still didn't work and shit. Yeah, load management. So yeah, he's resting now because like come playoff time, he'd be ready. It's like that was the whole thing.
Fresh legs, beast mode, fresh legs.
Bounced in the second round, so that load management shit didn't work.
Like they didn't look dominant, like when the Warriors were like, the
people are trying to compare them to like they were comparing Kawhi going to the Clippers to the Warriors getting KD. It's like nothing like that.
No.
Like KD joined a 73-win team. I just went to back-to-back finals and won one of them. This Clippers team ain't done shit, man. It's like Kawhi has joined a team that literally has not done shit.
Did nada.
Yeah, like different things. Like Warriors,
they haven't been to the finals. They've never been to the finals.
Never been out of the second round. Shit, it's like this team has done nothing. It's like
Thank you.
Doc Rivers never been out of the second round with that team. He was in the finals with Boston. That was
Boston, yeah.
But yeah, he hasn't been with the Clippers. They've never been out of the second round.
They haven't. Like you can go back to Lob City. They didn't do nothing.
Lob City didn't do shit, and this team didn't do shit.
And then like people try to throw they were dealing with the Donald Sterling, like the 12 years a slave. People were trying to, be like, was
now
that
they got a good owner, Ballmer. They got a good owner now. It's like, yeah, they had that racist shit before. Now they got a good owner with Steve Ballmer.
He was very racist. He was very racist.
Yeah, they got him the fuck out of there.
I don't want these blacks at my games. What? What black people play on the court?
And he's sitting on Magic Johnson, like probably the safest black guy of all time.
Right. It's like
a smile on his face. It's like he's sitting on Magic Johnson, like because like she was hanging out with him.
It's like here's the equivalent, like
she's with AI, like something like that.
Like here's the equivalent of like actors. Like if somebody was like shitting on Will Smith, it's like.
Yeah.
Really? Will Smith? Really?
Yeah.
He's like the safest black guy.
He took a picture with Magic Johnson and he got mad, like the safest black guy in history. Like, come on.
And then she's black, and then she was like half black. So it's like, so that really makes you go like she was half black too. So it's like,
yeah,
what are you talking
about? The entire history of the Clippers, including the racist previous owner. So yeah, I just feel like having a shit session with the Clippers.
With the Clippers,
people talked all that shit like just
sorry, Billy Crystal.
Yeah, and
at least he went down with the Clippers.
Day one, so like I won't shit on him. He's a day one.
Yeah, he's been there.
All these new Clipper fans are the ones I'm
into the
bandwagon. I call them like former Warrior fans because they knew the Warriors were gonna be trash because KD left, Clay was hurt, and then Steph got hurt.
That was the end of it. After Steph got hurt, it was all over. Because it's like, okay, now you got nothing. Now who's your guy? Draymond? No shade to Draymond, but
if Draymond is your best player, then I don't like your odds.
Yeah. No shade, but
and then people are talking about the Clippers, like, oh, we did the whole Kawhi thing. I didn't even talk about Pandemic P. Let's get on his ass.
Pandemic P.
Playoff P or whatever the fuck you want to call him. Yeah, like
he's Pandemic T trash.
Oh, definitely Playoff T. Yeah, trash.
All day.
Like what's funny is like people are like forgetting like what they gave up to get him. This is like the Brooklyn Nets like going after KG, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. It's similar to that, except they were like very old. At least playoff P is not that old, but he's still trash.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Like they gave up a lot to get him. They gave up. Let's look at what they gave up. They gave up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so great young player. Gallinari, a player that can help you win now.
Right.
Like I think it could be up to 7 first-round picks like total, because it's like you gave up 4 first-round unprotected and then 3 first-round swaps. So like they're not gonna have their own pick till like 2025 or some shit like that. It's like way down the line before they have their own pick. They gave up a lot to get this dude. And to make matters worse, you know that Kawhi and Paul George are both on expiries next season. They both
can opt out
and go to other teams. So Paul George might not even be there, and you still like your picks are still going to OKC. OKC
Paul George might go to a real contender.
Yeah, Miami.
Miami. I was gonna say Paul George, but hey, Miami, I see y'all. Especially like depending on
right now. So you need a little bit of help. Yeah,
you need a little bit of help. I got you.
I got you, Jimmy. Yeah,
I got you, Jimmy. I got you, Bam Adebayo.
I got you, Bam. I got you, Duncan.
Hero.
I got you, Tyler.
Hero. Like I got you. So like looking, like I said, depending on exactly what happens with them, like he might be looking like, okay, you guys just need a little bit.
A lot of people are looking at the
over that hump.
A whole lot of teams are looking at them.
But some teams like Miami might be the team that just needs like
another team people are looking at. Hey, I like what Luka and Porzingis are doing in Dallas.
That's another one.
Use a little bit of help. I might want to come there.
Or you might be looking at Denver.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, Murray and the Joker could use a little help.
You need a little help because like I think that they're gonna go far. Denver, like I think that they're just young. They just need to just get the experience. I think
those 3 teams are just named out of 3 teams out of future of the NBA.
I think so.
Miami, Denver, and Dallas are like the future.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think so. Absolutely. Because if you look at what they have, it's like they don't have a lot of experience.
They're already good now with what they have, and all of those teams, like they're not super teams. They just they drafted well. They made smart moves. It's like like the Jimmy Butler signing or the Porzingis trade. So they made smart moves.
They just a bunch. They just teams with a bunch of guys who can play ball and know what to do and know their roles and show up and give their all. Who show up and give their all. That's what they got.
Mm-hmm.
They leave it all on the court when they come out and they play. Like when you watch that Denver series, Jamal Murray put it all on the court. Mm-hmm. He left it all on the court.
Jamal Murray became a star during that. I've always liked Jamal Murray for like the last maybe 3 seasons. He really became a star.
Which will cost another one too. Don't forget about them, the Jazz. They another one. They another team. The Jazz are going to be. They another team that's going to be like. It's going to be like those 4. I think that you really going to be like. Hopefully the Bulls get together and then we can join the conversation. I'm hoping.
Let's shit on them a little bit now too. They do got a
They
do got a real coach with Donovan at least.
Yeah, I like Billy Donovan. I like Donovan.
Bulls a little bit because I don't like Garpax, so let's shit on them a little bit, even though they're gone. But like, let's shit on them one more time. They said they couldn't build a contender around Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's team is
playing the finals.
It's like they said. Let's look at how they drafted. So the Bulls, the team that Miami has now, the Bulls could have had. We're gonna I'm about to blow your mind and make fun of the 2017.
I'm about to get mad. Am I about to get mad right now? Okay.
2017, the Bulls took Lauri Markkanen, and guess what they could have took? Bam Adebayo. 2018, the Bulls they took Wendell Carter, and guess what they could have took? Michael Porter Jr. 2019, the Bulls could have taken they Bulls took Kobe White. They could have taken Tyler Hero. So the Bulls could have a team with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Michael Porter Jr. And, theoretically, it might have not lined up like that because with any change the draft position. But Bulls could have drafted all those guys because they drafted 7 every year, and all of those guys went after 7. Like Porter went 14, Adebayo went 13. It's like they all went after 7, all those guys. So the team that Miami has, the Bulls could have had plus Michael Porter Jr. They could have had the exact same with Butler, Adebayo, and Hero. They could have had all of them. It's hilarious when you think about it. The team that's in the finals, y'all could have had that particular.
They could have had Michael Porter Jr.
They could have had that actual team. which is hilarious. But guard packs, though, people said they didn't suck, though, as executives. Like, what does that tell you? I'm just saying.
I'm massaging the temples now. Now my head hurts thinking about that. Now I just instantly got mad because I'm like,
because they took when they took I can't say I saw Bam being what he is, but I saw his potential. Mm-hmm. When Miami drafted, I was like, okay, Bam, he's not a bad pick. Mm-hmm. It's like, but the Bulls already took Markkanen though, yeah. So I'm
hoping that Gafford can be like a Bam. I'm hoping because like he has some spark. He has spark. I like his energy. I like his spark. I do. Like you need more guys like that on your team. Like everybody can't be a nice guy. We have enough nice guys. Like we need some people who are gonna get a little dirty. You need somebody who's gonna get a little dirty. And by dirty, all I mean is like you're gonna go after 50-50 balls. You're gonna hype up and you're gonna be there. I'm not saying like you're gonna throw chop people and do like dirt. I'm not saying that. That's not what I mean.
Nuts like Draymond.
That's not what I'm saying. Or like an inadvertent, elbow to the chin and like you knocking out someone's teeth. I'm not saying anything like that.
Or altering careers like Zaza Pachulia.
Zaza. He
like
was
Spurs should really be mad. The reason why Kawhi left is because of Zaza Pachulia. He entered Kawhi, and then that's when all of the stuff started happening. Because let's go back in time. Like, we're going to go down an NBA history lesson. We got time. God damn it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
2015 season, everybody talks about the Warriors and, like, them being, like, on the path to, like, break the Bulls record. But right with them during that season was the Spurs.
Well, the Spurs. They sure
right
were.
Behind them. Because, like, the Warriors won, 68 that year? So I think the Spurs won, 65 or 6 that year, something like that. Mm-hmm. They were up there. They were up there. They were close to breaking the Bulls record, both. I think the Warriors broke it the following season, but
yeah, right, and then they lost for the championship. Yeah,
it's Warriors I think won 68 games that year. And I want to say San Antonio was 65 or 6 or something.
Yeah, they were up there too.
And then in the playoffs, Zaza Pachulia stuck his leg out and injured Kawhi, and it was all over. And then if Kawhi wasn't the same again, he didn't want to come back. Then it got into his teammates, and Popovich started questioning what kind of player, what kind of leader he was.
Yeah, your motivation and
now he demands a trade. So really, Zaza Pachulia is the reason why Kawhi Leonard is not a Spur anymore, because they were right there in place to take out the Warriors. They were right there.
Because I was hoping that he would be a lifer. You want to see players be a lifer, like Kobe, rest in peace. Like Kobe was a lifer for the Lakers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dirk, lifer. Yeah. You wanted to see that people be lifers. Mm-hmm. Whichmacallit, but then he messed up. Paul Pierce could have been a lifer, but then he.
Yeah, the aforementioned trade to.
But then for a reason, he chose to do that for whatever reason.
Well, that was that Russian asshole. I won championship. He gave up all his picks to go after that.
Jordan wanted to prove to them when he came back went to the Wizards. It's no, why?
Jordan's thing was that was ego with Jordan.
Yeah, it was pure ego.
I'm gonna retire when I want to retire. I'm not gonna retire when you want me to retire because Krause is gonna rebuild regardless. Jordan could have stayed during the rebuild, but he said no, I'm
only playing for Phil.
And he thought about it as I'm not ready to retire. After about a season or two, I think 2 seasons, he came back after because he wasn't ready to retire.
No, he wasn't.
Jordan, I think Jordan was bluffing, but Krause called his bluff because Jordan was hey, if you get rid of Phil, I'm not coming back.
Okay.
Krause was okay, yeah, he played. So Jordan can't come back now. He has to retire. He said,
and let's be real, Jordan was a gambler. Especially during then, he was a gambler. So
high stakes game of poker. Let's go, man. He's
he called his bluff.
Yep.
So he said, even this team goes 82-0, I'm not bringing him back.
That was
I ain't bringing him back. You go 82-0, I'm not bringing you back.
Because it wasn't Jordan. People think that Krause wanted to get rid of Jordan. No, it was Phil that Phil didn't fuck with each other. By then, they just did not like each other, those two dudes. And Krause was
real. I'm going to come to work and be cordial to you, but I don't like this motherfucker. It was I don't like you. I don't like you.
They were going to hire Tim Floyd, and Jordan was I'm not playing for Tim.
Which I agree. I wouldn't want to play for Tim Floyd either. I agree with you.
I'm not. I agree with him. Get rid of Phil. I'm out.
Okay.
So then he left. So then now he's playing golf. He's you know what? I still want to play ball. So then that's why he came back with the Wizards because of that. But Jordan would have been a lifer had he not said that the Phil Jackson thing. Had he said, I'm never playing for anybody but Phil. Yeah.
And that was trash.
Scotty was gone regardless because of the contract.
The contract was trash. We saw that in the Last Dance. Like,
yeah, so he wasn't gonna be back regardless. So like, even if like they did bring Phil, they did bring Michael, Scotty was gone regardless because of the contract. Scotty, the relationship was too damaged. There's no way Scotty was gonna be back for the '99.
And Rodman was like a wild card, so he was a wild card
up at the time. Like I said that when because you know, a lot of Bulls, especially Jordan stands, were like the Bulls would have definitely won against the Spurs. I'm like, I'm not 100% sure on that because I say, like, let's say Phil and Jordan came back. Scotty wouldn't have been back. He would have been without Scotty. And Rodman was washed up. Because Rodman was never the same after he left the Bulls in '98.
Yeah.
I mean, people remember his Lakers and his Mavericks run like he was washed up. Rodman was washed up by then. So Rodman wouldn't have been – they would have had to find somebody to replace him, another power forward, because Rodman was just washed up at the time.
Yeah.
So, like, with Jordan, Phil, and like whoever you like, I got to look and see who would have been free agents during that year. They might have got somebody better than Rodman. Who knows? Like, he was a free agent during that year. I got to go back in time and I got to go back down my memory lane, basketball memories. I want to see who was a free agent summer of '98, and who the Bulls could have gotten to replace Scotty and Dennis. That'd be interesting to look at that because they might have been able to pull something. Who, depending on who's a free agent, they could have got somebody.
Yeah, we could have seen.
But it didn't happen. Like the whole Phil thing was over, and that's what ended Michael's run.
Yeah.
As the rest was history. Well, getting back to these fucking Clippers, I never finished burying them and shit. I'm about to sit on the west side right now, but Pat Beverly, let's go, man. This dude talked a lot of shit, acting like he's like Draymond. It's like Draymond is a two-time champion, three-time champion.
Yeah.
Former defensive player of the year. Like you kind of suck, Patrick Beverly. Because that's what a lot of people that were talking shit about. Like Pat, he like another Draymond, except Draymond is good. Patrick Beverly is all right. That's the difference. Another dude who's never won shit. Once again.
Yeah, Pat Beverly. Your biggest claim fame is that you hurt Russell Westbrook.
You prevented OKC from a dynasty.
And up until that point, Russell Westbrook had never missed a game of basketball in his whole history of his basketball, from grade school to high school to college to pro. He had never missed any time.
And remember, OKC had just went to the finals the year before against Miami. So who knows? Right. If they had done back-to-back fight, they probably would have beat the Spurs that year and gone back to the finals and taken it that year. But now Westbrook, it was a wrap. They wasn't winning shit.
Yeah. As soon as it happened, you saw Westbrook he was pissed. Like, he knew he was injured. You could see he was pissed when that happened.
I think it was a torn meniscus or something like that.
Yeah. Because Westbrook immediately, he like punched the thing and he was like, he was pissed.
But yeah, Pat Beverly, once again, like, there was a lot of dick riding for that Clippers team. It was like that's won a lot of that. Pat Beverly, he like a mini Draymond. Yeah, Draymond got titles. What has Pat Beverly ever won? Fuck out of here. Montrezl Harrell I did kind of like, but he kind of he had his playoff P moments in the play. Like he disappeared at times. At times Zubac looked like the better center between. And so nobody should let Zubac outplay you. I'm just saying. Like Zubac looked better than him in the playoffs at times. Like, I don't know if you want many Clippers games you watch, but Zubac looked better than Montrezl Harrell. Now Harrell might even be gone. It's like because he's a free agent, so like the Clippers, they might not even re-sign him this year. He might go after his paper. And like the whole Doc Rivers thing, y'all don't even have a coach and shit. So y'all really got they really got to decide who they're gonna get, like who's out there, because they got one shot to like convince Kawhi to stay now, because he's a free. He can opt out and become a free agent until summer of 2021. So that's that right there. He can opt out and be like, yeah,
he's available.
I gotta see who's out there. And like, I'm getting back to the Bulls. Like, I'll put this out there for you because on my timeline this came up. Should the Bulls have waited for Doc Rivers? I saw
that people was like
they hasty when they hired Billy Donovan. I don't think so because we didn't think so. The Bulls didn't know what was going to happen with Doc Rivers. We
didn't know that for a fact. You could kind of sense it because it's like after they had the elimination that they had, the writing was kind of on the wall, because after they got eliminated, I said that I was like, Doc Rivers is done. I said that I was like, he's done.
And here's what I think why it didn't happen immediately, because they want to see what happened with the Denver Lakers series.
Yeah.
They want to see like, okay, like was it us or our Denver really that good? Then when the Lakers bitch slapped them, it was okay, it was us. Like, so we got to get rid of Doc because they got to because if they had eliminated the Lakers, then you might look, okay, this Denver team is just really the truth. It's just so like everybody beat us regardless. It's like so then it's like they say, okay, the Lakers beat them. It's like so it's you. It's like so that's what they had. That's why I think that because right after the Lakers eliminated Denver, they fired Doc Rivers right after that. It's like I think
they parted ways or whatever they said.
Yeah, they said he parted ways, but he got fired. They just waited to see what happened. We want to see what happens with this Denver series with the Lakers. Because, like, if they beat them, it's okay. Like, Denver is the truth. It's not Doc's fault. But it was.
I don't think they were hasty. I don't. And then, like, we had Thibodeau before. And Thibodeau is like a Doc clone, kind of.
Yeah, he was part of the championship team.
He's like a clone. Like, that's like his. That's his style. Like, he's like another, like a Doc Rivers type. So. It's like, so I say go in the different direction. Let's see what Billy Donovan has. I mean, he's a real coach.
Yeah, they had a nice run.
So he's by far better than the last two choices we had, and Fred and Boylan.
I'd be better than Boylan.
But he was totally incompetent. Like, Fred was just like, I don't think that Fred is ready for
Fred is a college coach.
He's a college coach.
Which is why he does at like Iowa State and places like that. Fred,
he went back to college now. He's back at college.
Like he's not an NBA level coach. Some he's like that. Like John Calipari, like one of the greatest college coaches of all time.
Coach K never went to the league.
Coach K never even went to the NBA because
he never.
Why? Like you got a good thing going at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Pitino's another mediocre NBA coach, but like kicks ass in college. It's like a lot of these college coaches just like doesn't translate. Mm-hmm. Tim Floyd was a decent college coach. He was garbage. He was pretty decent when he was
like dealing with college kids versus dealing with grown men is a whole different animal.
Plus 82 games versus like in college you play like once a week.
Yeah.
Like you play like 4 times a week sometimes. Like you got back to backs. It's like it's a whole animal.
Like, we've seen back-to-backs. Yeah, we've seen 3 games in a row. We've seen those.
Yeah. College sports is mostly a weekend thing. You play like Saturday or Sunday. Through the week, you don't play. It's like, you just like you focus on your studies and then get your practices in. That's it. Mm-hmm. And then like the game time is weekends, but like it's games every day is like in pro basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't think they were hasty with their decision because I
don't either.
You didn't know that Doc Rivers was going to become available. It's easy to say it in hindsight that you should have waited. And I think Doc Rivers, he's the type of coach that needs to be with a win now team anyway. I don't think he would be good for a rebuilding team.
For a building, yeah, because he's going to be screaming at them the whole time.
Where it's like Philadelphia, like they're in win now mode.
They are.
I think he would be they got to get rid of Horford's garbage ass, but yeah, it's like because that was like Elton Brand made that signing. That was terrible. I think he just didn't want to. He was trying to save face because they lost Butler. I think that's what. So he just went out and signed.
We got something for y'all.
Signed anybody. They shouldn't have went. They shouldn't have made that Horford signing because you already got like Embiid, like who at the time was the best center. Like, why go out and sign another center? You already got like the best center in the league. I say it's Joker now, but like, yeah, at the time, the best center in the league. Why'd you go out and sign another center? That's just dumb. Come on. Especially for like $20-some million. That's just dumb. Come on. So, they can find a way to get rid of him then. And they add Doc Rivers. I think they'll be in good shape then.
It'll be interesting to see what Philadelphia is going to bring this year. Now they got the new coach and they have, like after getting swept, it's like, that's embarrassing getting swept. So, Simmons was injured, but still you got swept.
Yeah. You were a team that was picked to be like one of the few contenders and you
got swept. Yeah.
Because like it was only like, and Miami wasn't even one of the teams that people predicted.
No.
Only 3 teams in the East that people saw that could win. It was Milwaukee, it was Philadelphia, and it was Boston. Like Miami wasn't even in the conversation, and now they're in the finals.
And then Miami said, "Yoink!" They said, "We'll just play it there real quick."
Mm-hmm.
But it's we'll see what they got. Philadelphia. It'd be interesting to watch them. I want to see the Nets. Like once KD gets better, and I want to see KD and Kyrie. I think that's going to be interesting.
They just hire Steve Nash as coach too. I think.
Yeah, they did.
To see like what kind of coach he's going to be.
Yeah, first year. So how he'll be as a freshman coach. Yeah, so that'd be interesting to watch.
I'm curious to see what kind of coach Nash will be. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great player, great point guard. So we'll see what he has to offer. If it, like you said, if it translates over to that side, because necessarily great players don't make great coaches necessarily.
Well, we'll see. But anything else, kid?
Really. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much, like I said, like the big thing was, like I said, the whole hot ass mess, like this week. Oh my gosh. I'm like, this is not how I envisioned October starting off. This was just not it.
Well, they call it in politics that October surprise. That's what they call those.
Surprise!
That was a surprise for real right there. But let's wrap this one up. Another damn podcast. Definitely appreciate you supporting us. If you want to support us further, here's how you can do it. You can give us a like on Facebook, Not Another Damn Podcast. Do that. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey!
Also, get at us on your Amazon Alexa devices, and now you can view us on YouTube. Yeah. And if you want to get at me, follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. Also, if you like your 90s and 2K classics, check out ozradio.net. You can hear the station, The Bomb, streaming live right now.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.